Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Coach JC. Everyone gathered around should be a good one today. Today's topic is one of a woman's worst fears is to feel unloved and unprotected. Bottom line is, men, you gotta be the protector. You gotta give her that stability, mentally, emotionally, financially, everything. You gotta be that support system to her. She needs you. A lot of times, a woman be like, "Hey, I'm independent. Hey, I don't need a man," all that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff might just be hurt from past relationships or past relationships, past trauma. So don't really take that as face value. Just be like, hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to your life to restore you, here to rehabilitate you. I'm trying to make sure that you're whole. You're coming to a woman, you give her half. You're not really trying to put both your feet in. You're not really trying to support her. You're trying to encourage her, trying to motivate her. Then you kind of wasting your time, her time, and you just need to go your separate ways. The one thing about women, like I said, when they're committed, they're committed. If they feel saying outfit and they feel like they don't want to be bothered in the beginning, or once they all in, that's it. They don't want to keep, changing their last name, keep changing the address, keep changing everything just for a man, and they're not really he's not really producing for them. Once women love, they love hard. They love hard. And the thing about us is, as men, we have to provide stability. Don't have love her. Don't give her half your love and affection. Just be there for her. She's gonna whatever you deposit in her, she's gonna reproduce 10 times more. So you gotta be very conscious, be very aware, and have that self-awareness. Like, hey, I'm going to give you everything you need. I'm going to give you the stability that you need mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever's needed. You have to be the person to wear multiple hats. You have to have your tough side, you gotta have your nice side, you gotta have your emotional side, you gotta have all kind of sides. They don't want you just one way. You gotta be different modes for different situations because it does call for it. But yeah, that's kind of like what the gist of the video is. Like, one thing is like, we don't want to feel in love. She wants you to feel surprised. She wants to feel, date night. She wants she wants flowers. She wants candy. She wants chocolate. She wants you to be thinking about her, at your work, if you're on your off day. You always want to do something special for her. You're out and about. You see something. Hey, let me go pick this up. Let me pick this book up for her. Let me pick up these flowers, a card for her. You don't know what that might do for her mental state of mind. That she knows that you thinking about her, you're caring about her, and you're thinking about her. When they know you're thinking about her, when you're out and about, you're doing your thing. Yeah, they appreciate that. Yeah, you can be the type of person that work all the time, but you always gotta spend time with her. Always gotta make sure that you're gonna spend some time with her, because like I said, it's not easy to go out here and date. It's not easy to go out here to find somebody. But when you find somebody, you gotta cherish her. You gotta make sure that she feels whole. She feels supported. She feels that she matters. That's the one thing a lot of women, they complain about men not being available. So you gotta be there emotionally. She's talking to you, sit down, talk to her. Lovely, calm manner. You may get upset, frustrated, but I always try to be even keel. That's been a thing that I've always been with myself, my wife too. I always try to check my temperature. Check my mood swing. Where am I at right now mentally? How much am I giving to her? How much am I giving to my daughter? So you always gotta check yourself each and every day. And like I said, going back to the topic, she didn't want to be unloved. Like I said, she wants to feel like, hey, she's a part of your life. Y'all made commitment together to keep pushing forward. So just continue to push forward. There's gonna be dog days, there'll be days that you don't want to get up. But guess what? That's where the determination comes in. That's when the drive, motivation can only get you so far. That's when that hunger, it fights out. Like, I can't really do a little bit more. I can't pick up a little bit more. And it's not her asking you or her quote unquote nagging you or complaining. You're like, I just don't do it naturally because I want to be a better person. And that's what I always try to be. I always just try to keep getting better each and every day. I always try to figure out one thing I can do better, things I'm good at, things I'm not good at, what can I tweak, what can I rearrange. So like I said, you want to be that person, her person. So come with it. Don't get in a situation you're not gonna go all the way toe 10 down there, because you're going into it have I don't want to say curse word, but just being half with her, not trying to give her all she needs, and guess what? You're gonna be the one suffering. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I really have to say. What's your thoughts about this topic? Feel free to comment below. Until next time, out, Coach JC.